It's 8:25 in the morning on Monday, and I decided to splurge with my workday breakfast today, mostly because I've been eating my way through the sourdough bread that I bought on Friday, and I've forgotten to record most of it because it's sort of like I'll have two pieces as a snack here, or, two pieces as a snack there. You've seen it when I've combined it with a meal, but I've also just been eating it on its own because it's sourdough bread and it's amazing. And I've come to the end of my sourdough bread moment, I suppose. These are my last two slices, which is good because I've been eating way too much bread in a very short amount of time. My only defense is I have not been feeling well, and bread in any version is something that I tend to lean towards when not feeling well, just because it's so simple and easy and kind of bland, to be honest. But I do seem to be on the upswing, so I have to get back to actually, making real food and not just relying on buttered bread to get me through the day. So, in celebration of the last two slices, I have toasted them, and then I have a slice of cheese on each, and then a fried egg on top with a runny yolk. I do not know how well this little piece is going to go, though, because it's like the tail end piece of the loaf of bread, so it's not like the full piece. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know how structurally sound that one will be, but otherwise I think they will be great. I'm debating on putting a little bit of Kewpie mayo on top. I might. You know what? I'll come back in just a second with an image of that for you. Here we go, with a little bit of Kewpie mayo, because you might as well just go all out for the last two pieces of the bread, right? I also have a cup of tea with some milk in it, but my kitchen counter is very cluttered because I've got the burner hot plate thing out cooling down, as well as the toaster cooling down, as well as the kettle cooling down. So there's just no space to put the cup. So you'll just have to trust me on the tea. It's 3:05 in the afternoon on Monday, and I'm in the parkade at my physio office. I'm about to have this Fiber One bar as a snack. It's for 5 Weight Watcher points. I am starving, so I'm really hoping that this will do it, because I needed to get me through a kinesiology appointment and then running a quick errand afterwards. So let's hope it does. Otherwise, there may potentially be impulse purchasing of food happening later. It's 6:25 in the evening on Monday, and I'm about to sit down and have some dinner. So I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk, and I made another bowl of pasta because I had the open jar of pasta sauce, and I don't know how long it keeps once it's open, even though it's in the fridge. So I've now officially finished it. I've had 3 massive servings of pasta. The pasta sauce is gone, but now I have an open package of pasta and no sauce, and I don't know how long the pasta will be okay open. I mean, I've closed the package, but it's not like it's airtight or anything. So I don't know how long the pasta itself will last. Does pasta go bad? I don't even know. I'm gonna have to find some kind of a container or something for it and do some Googling and maybe see if I can figure out how to make like a pasta sauce that doesn't come from a jar. That's like a thing, right? People make that from scratch. I'm really not somebody who cooks, so I have no concept of how to do that, but I'm sure it's a thing. I'm sure there was pasta sauce before it came in jars. So I will Google and see. But for now, I have one last bowl of pasta, a whole bunch of frozen veggies in there. It is covered in Parmesan cheese because the sprinkler capability of the Parmesan cheese container is not great, and so I was trying to get just a little bit more, and a huge chunk came out. So yeah, lots of carbs, lots of veg, lots of cheese. I mean, I'm not mad about it. Good morning. It is 8:26 on Tuesday. I'm about to have my breakfast. So I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk, half a cup of oats for 3 Weight Watcher points, 1 banana sliced for 0 points, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar for 3 points, and 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter for 1 point. So a 7-point, I almost said dinner, 7-point breakfast. And just right there in the background, you can see the vitamins. So far, I'm on a roll. I'm remembering to take them every day. I tend to take them with the first meal of the day. I do not take them on an empty stomach because somebody told me they might like make you feel a little bit, not like sick, but just not great if you take them on an empty stomach. And since I am not a connoisseur of vitamins, I just take advice because I don't know. So vitamins, which live on the counter, otherwise I will completely forget their existence, and oatmeal. It is almost 7:50 in the evening on Tuesday. Think about that. And I am running so late with things today. So I am having this dinner. It is an omelet with 2 eggs, some dill for seasoning, 1 piece of cheese in the middle, all melty, and some Kewpie mayo on top, and 2 pieces of toast. Not because this is at all what I want for dinner, but because it is the fastest thing I have in my kitchen to cook. Well, I suppose I could have done a microwave meal, but that's for emergency purposes. So I'm eating this and then diving right into a whole bunch of work that I have to get done around the apartment. There's realtors coming tomorrow to take pictures of the place because the owner put it up for sale, and they want all traces of animals gone. So I have to dismantle the cat's robot litter box tonight. Yes, he has a robot litter box, don't judge, and get a bunch of his stuff sort of all packed up. I've already hidden toys and whatnot. I'm setting up like an old school traditional litter box because that'll be easier tomorrow to just sort of like pack and go. And I basically just have to like hide traces of him, clean again, and then tomorrow clean again because he sheds fur, and get his stuff and him and myself out of the apartment. And I just feel very rushed already. So I'm gonna sit down, eat, do the litter box part. That's gonna take the longest. And yeah, it's just, we're gonna plow through the rest of the evening, and not gonna lie, probably gonna end up having some kind of a snack later, just because once I'm finally done everything and I sit down to like breathe, I'm gonna want food for emotional support. It's 11:40 in the afternoon on Wednesday, and it has not been a good day in terms of like how I feel. I'm sure the day out inside in the world is great. I'm having 2 pieces of toast with margarine for 4 points, 1 cup of tea with a splash of milk. I don't count the splash of milk. And I'm having a yogurt. It's strawberry raspberry. There we go. And these little guys. I think the nutritional information is on like the larger packaging. Yeah, so it's just been a day and it's only like halfway over. So I'm gonna try to eat this. I'm not actually feeling very well. I have a really strong headache, and it's always makes me like feel nauseous and ups my confusion level and things like that. So I don't actually want any of this, but Stryker, today's the day I have to have Stryker and all of his stuff out of the apartment. So I need to eat something, because once we're out, we're just going to be sitting in the car, because you can't really take a cat into very many places. So we'll be sitting in the car and just hanging out. And what do you bet, if I don't eat something now, as soon as we're parked somewhere and just hanging out, that is when I will get hungry. So eating now to try to avoid problems later. It is 4:15 in the afternoon on Wednesday. Stryker and I are finally back in the apartment. His stuff is all set up, and I'm so hungry. And I called it, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I said in the first clip where I was eating like the toast and the yogurt that, what do you bet, I'm gonna start to be really hungry once I'm stuck outside in the world sitting in my car with no access to food. That was totally me. I meant to take a granola bar with me and just completely spaced. I mean, I had food for the cat, of course, priorities, but nothing for me. So I didn't want to hit up a drive-through or anything like that, and I just waited it out. So now I am home. I have a little side bowl with some wheat thin crackers in it. I didn't count them, I just sort of poured them into the bowl. And then I'm having this soup, Campbell's Chunky Spicy Chicken Corn Chowder. There you go. What's it say? Peppers. Yeah, it's not really like that high on the spice meter, so I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think I've had this one yet, but I still wouldn't really worry about it. I had a little taste when I was checking to make sure it was heated all the way through, and it seems fine without being all that spicy. The crackers are really just because I want a crunch, and I'm trying to stave off like emotionally eating a whole bunch of cookies or something, because it's just like, it's been a day. I know it doesn't seem like it, 2 little food clips where I'm just kind of complaining about things, and I apologize for that. But for me, it's been a day. Good morning. It is 8:20 on Thursday, and I'm about to have my breakfast. I know the banana is not aesthetically pleasing. It's just what it is today. It will still taste the same. I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk, potentially a little bit too much milk by the color of it, but that's okay. Half a cup of oats for 3 Weight Watcher points, 2 tablespoons of powdered peanut butter for 1 Weight Watcher point, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar for 3 points, and then the banana for 0, so a 7-point total meal. And I even remembered my multivitamin today. Gold star me. It's 3:12 in the afternoon on Thursday, and I'm about to have some dinner. This is not what I was supposed to be having. So toast, easily explainable, juice, tea that still needs some milk into it. But this is not what it was supposed to be. I had in one frying pan a whole bunch of vegetables, and then in my other frying pan I was attempting to make an omelet, and my pan decided to all of a sudden stop, I don't know, not being, I don't know what the word is. Basically, it stole my egg. Let me show you what I mean. This is my pan. Like when I tried to separate, kind of lift the egg up a little bit so that I could like move it around, because omelet, it was glued to my pan. My pan killed my omelet. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. My pan killed my omelet. So that happened. So I then, since I wasn't going to be able to keep it, well, not even keep it as an omelet, it never became an omelet. I kind of broke it up into pieces to loosen it up from the pan, and then put it into the other frying pan with the vegetables and just mixed it all together. And then I put some Kewpie mayo on top and put some cheese in the middle because I don't know, I just did. So I'm not sure what happened with the pan. It cooked eggs fine before, and I had put something in it to like I put a little bit of margarine in it. I always do before I cook eggs, just to be careful. So I don't know what happened there, but it wasn't good. So I need to remember next time, only do eggs in the other pan, and the big pan is maybe just not egg safe. So, lesson learned. But here we go, dinner. 4 points for the toast. I have not pointed out the apple juice yet. I will get to that. The tea, 0 points, even with the splash of milk, because I don't count the splash of milk. My eggs are 0 points. The veggies are 0 points. The cheese that I put in there is 2 points. And I never measure the Kewpie mayo because I just do like a little drizzle like that. And once you take the plastic wrap off of the bottle, you have no nutritional information. So I'm not really sure points for the Kewpie mayo. Apologies on that one. But here is my dinner. Good morning. It is 8:50 a.m. on Friday, and I'm about to have my breakfast. This is not at all what I want, but I don't know what I want. I think I want a grilled cheese sandwich, but I wasn't willing to put in the effort. Yes, I know grilled cheese sandwich for breakfast is weird, but if you go back a couple weeks, I tried it on a whim and actually really enjoyed it. But I have bananas I need to eat up. Bananas and grilled cheese sandwich don't really go together, so oatmeal it is. However, I added too much water to the oatmeal, so it's kind of soupy right now. My bananas are sinking. So it's my regular oatmeal. It's 7 Weight Watcher points. The banana is 0. The powdered peanut butter, 2 tablespoons for 1 point. The brown sugar, 1 tablespoon for 3 points. The oats, half a cup for 3 points. And then I have a cup of tea with a splash of milk in it. I don't count the splash of milk, so 0 points. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday, and I'm about to have my dinner. I do have a physio appointment this evening. It's a little bit later than normal at 5:30. So I decided to have like a proper meal. I mean, it's kind of proper. I didn't do any vegetables, but bear with me. But do like a meal, not just like a granola bar as a snack, because after the appointment, I'm going to continue on and run some errands instead of coming back home. So I needed something to get me through not only the appointment, but also the errands, because I will be in a mall and there will be a food court somewhere, and I always get lost in malls, so I will probably end up at the food court, and it's going to take willpower, my friends, to not buy fries or something. So I'm hoping if I eat this, I might even still take a granola bar with me just in case, just to, be on like the very cautious side. We'll see if I remember. But yeah, so dinner. This is a grilled cheese sandwich. It has 1 slice, like a Kraft single slice of cheese in there. And there's also an over easy egg in there for some protein. So I did pop the yolk to sort of cook it so that when I bite into the sandwich, the yolk won't be all runny and making a mess everywhere, which makes me a little bit sad. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean? Because like I prefer runny yolks for my eggs, but I'm going for less mess, more efficient eating this time around. And I have a bowl that I put some wheat and crackers in. I have eaten 4 of them, so there were more than what you are currently seeing. And I have a cup of tea that I'm about to put a splash of milk into. It's 9 in the evening on Friday. I just got home after running errands, traffic. There was just lots of traffic. Plus that mall is insane and I got a little lost, but like, let's not dwell on that. So I am quite hungry, like meal level hungry, but I'm not going to make a meal since I technically had dinner already. But I also don't want to like dive into a bag of cookies or something because I don't feed myself. So I've warmed up 10 of the mini dill falafel balls from Trader Joe's, and I am gonna snack on some of the goldfish crackers, and I'm gonna try this sauce, the queso with jalapeno, for the falafels because they are quite dry. I don't have a tzatziki sauce, so I just thought I might try this one instead. Everything I've tried them with sauce-wise hasn't really worked. I'm getting a little desperate, so we're gonna try this one. It's 2:45 in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm getting a later start to eating than even I had intended. I didn't go to bed until about 4 a.m. and I didn't wake up that late. Really, I just stayed in bed scrolling on TikTok for hours. So judge me if you want, that's fine. I have bread in the toaster, and I wanted to show you before I layered everything in the bowl. So I have a bunch of mixed vegetables with that cut up hot dog. So I finally have that out of the freezer. So one more thing down from my inventory, which is great. I seasoned them with Green Goddess seasoning. I think that was it, just Green Goddess seasoning. And then I have 2 eggs that I scrambled. I have red and green chili pepper flakes mixed in with them, as well as dill, which is what all those little flecks are. And I have some cheese. So what I'm going to do is put the vegetables in the bowl, then put the cheese, and then put the egg so that the cheese gets all melty on everything, just because that's how I like my cheese. But once it's all layered, you're not going to be able to see it all. So I just wanted to show it to you as is, and then I'll show you the final product. Here we go, veggie and egg bowl with some cheese in the middle complete. I also put on some Kewpie mayo and some ketchup. Feel free to judge me if you want. I like eggs and ketchup, and I thought I would try the combination of the Kewpie mayo and the ketchup with everything else that is in there. And I have 2 pieces of toast. So I just put up a video yesterday about my meal planning starting today and going for the next 7 days. And I know this is only the first meal of the 7-day meal plan, but I am right on target with it so far. So check mark for 1 meal. It is 10:16 at night on Saturday, and I'm only just now getting around to having dinner. I did not intend to be eating this late, but I wasn't hungry at sort of a more traditional dinner time because I ate my first meal of the day so late. And Saturdays are the evening that I talk to my mom on the phone, and we talk forever. So roughly a little over an hour ago, I was like, you know, I'm kind of hungry. I haven't eaten yet. I should get off the phone because I need to make something. And I knew what I was going to make. It was this. And I actually wanted to record making it because it's a new recipe. And then we just kept talking. So I'm only actually eating as early as I am because while we were talking, I just started cooking because I'm like, I can't wait anymore. I'm so hungry. So this is a cream cheese pasta sauce, using my already existing pasta that I have in the cupboard that I want to finish up. And I have leftover cream cheese from when I was baking, so I googled and found a recipe for how to turn it into like a pasta sauce, and it's like a 1-pot dish. So this is it. I have seasoned it with salt and pepper, dill, and some chili flakes. That's not what the original recipe had for seasoning. They had like Italian, Italian seasoning, garlic, and onion powder, I think, as well as like the pepper flakes. But then it did say you can season it with whatever you want. And of their things, the only thing that I had was the pepper flakes. So I thought dill goes really well with cream cheese. I did the salt and pepper, even though I can't taste them, just because people seem to put that in everything. And yeah, I had to guess the portions because my scale battery died and I don't have a replacement on hand. It's like the weird sort of like rectangular shaped ones, like those thick ones. I think it's like a D battery, and I couldn't find any in my drawer. So my scale is down for the count right now. I was trying to guesstimate. The original recipe used 8 ounces of pasta and 8 ounces of cream cheese, and it's clearly making it for like a larger amount of people than just me. So I was trying to eyeball it into like half, but I really have no idea. I don't know how much cream cheese I actually ended up using because it's not in a cube that I can just cut the cube in a half or a quarter. It's all just in a Tupperware container. And I just had to eyeball the pasta. I think I eyeballed too much, but it was the best guess situation. So here is my dinner. I'm actually quite happy with it. I took a quick little taste test and it seems all right to me. And yeah, so this is 2 meals eaten today with food that I already have here, so no extra expenses going out to feed me today. Gold star. It's 2:40 in the afternoon and I'm about to sit down to have something to eat. I haven't had anything yet and I'm way off meal plan. It was supposed to be pancakes today made from scratch, but I haven't really been feeling all that well. I'm not sick or anything. It's just something that happens with the concussion where the way it was explained to me is like my brain just gets so overly tired or just so overwhelmed. It basically doesn't let me wake up. Like I feel tired and I'm sleeping and you couldn't pay me to wake up and function. Like I just kind of keep dozing in and out. So when it happens, it happens. I did eventually manage to like get up, clearly, but I don't really have the energy or the appetite for the pancakes. So I decided to just do some egg on toast because I do have some errands that I want to run today, but I don't think I could do them without some kind of fuel in my system. So egg on toast, the 2 pieces are a little bit different. The one over here, this side, is sort of like the standard way I make it with the fried egg on top with a bit of Kewpie mayo and some cheese. This side over here, you can see there's like blobs right there. On the camera, they look the same color as the yolk, but they're not some weird triple yolk. It's this sauce, queso with jalapeno. I thought it might be fun to try a different sauce on it, so I tried to drizzle it onto the egg when the egg was still in the pan, and it doesn't drizzle, it comes out in globs. And then I realized after I put it on that isn't queso cheese? It's like a cheese sauce. Like, I'm so dumb. So I did not put the cheese slice on that piece of toast because I didn't need to do like double the amount of cheese. And then I also put some Kewpie mayo because I couldn't get the queso to spread evenly, so I'm just gonna have kind of 2 big bites of it and then it'll be gone. I don't know, potentially a failure, but at least I'm trying something new. And then for drinks, I have some tea that I'm gonna put some milk in a second. I'm gonna have a diet ginger ale to try to help my tummy. And I'm putting a yogurt cup with all of this just because I have them. I want to make sure that I eat them before they go. And I forgot to include them in my meal plan. I didn't actually purposely assign them to any one spot. So I thought this meal might be kind of perfect for it because it is a little bit smaller than what I was anticipating having. And I don't know, it just seemed like a nice thing to tack the yogurt onto. It's 8:36 in the evening on Sunday and I'm about to have dinner, and it is exactly what I wrote on the meal plan, so yay. It is a nice large serving of mixed vegetables. They're from a frozen veggie bag. I sprinkled on them when they were cooking the Green Goddess seasoning from Trader Joe's. And then I have a Compliments brand lean beef burger patty with 1 cheese slice melted on top. It's cut in half because I always worry I'm going to food poison myself when I cook meat. So I cut it in half when it was still in the frying pan just to make sure it was properly cooked through before actually bringing it out. And I have in a little side dish some, Kraft Calorie Wise Miracle Whip and some ketchup. And so I'll cut the burger patty up and then I'll dip it in those as I am eating it. Oh, and I have a cup of tea over here that's steeping, and I will add some milk to that in just a minute.